Hey, what's up, gamers? Samir, how are you, man? Feels good to be back. Oh, good. I'm glad, man. Wolverine, how are ya? Samir is indeed swift like lightning. He is indeed. He is quick with it. You gotta be, though. Sorry, pardon me while I fiddle with my mic. Oh, also I need to... There we go. All right. So. Let me go ahead and do some things. Okay, I'm back. Not in a good way. Ooh, rip. Rip, man. You got to work on it. You got to work on it. The improvements can be made. Just like anything in life. Okay, a few things we need to do here. I think I haven't really quite plotted out what we need to do today. I do need to spend these, though, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these. You fell in the ice. It was both more fun and less painful than the Dance Revolution minigame. Yeah, it's Dance Revolution or Guitar Hero. It's kind of a mixture of both. It's more Guitar Hero in the way that it plays, I feel like, than, well, yeah, it's kind of both. I'm kidding, I don't have a girlfriend. Oh, yeah, the old fake girlfriend. Oldest trick in the book. If we're lucky, we'll somehow get some 7 stars today, but I doubt it. Take the Rhino. Let's take Falcon. Dance Revolution. It's definitely worse than both of those games. That's for dang sure. I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, it's okay. Apparently, here, let me see if I can pull it up, actually. I don't know if they posted it to their Discord or what, but they are fixing it. But I don't know if they gave a time frame on when that will all be live by. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. I can kind of just show you this. So, the team is aware of various issues surrounding the new Dimensional Arcade and are working on delivering a new build soon. With the updated build, we expect the following issues to be addressed. A new Disable Simultaneous Enemies setting will be enabled by default. A new Disable Swipe Enemies will be added to the settings screen. It will be off, so you'll need to turn that on. It replaces swiping enemies with tap enemies, which could very well fix the problem for sure. I mean, that's already what it feels like on PC anyway, right? Because it's just one key input. Fix to ensure settings and custom controls don't reset between sessions. Fix for objective tracking for the champion-specific stage clear objectives. Fix for the Muspelheim metal charting to make it more consistent on mobile and PC. When this new build is live, we will be sending compensation consisting of dimensional arcade tickets to all summoners. Additionally, we will be providing further compensation to all summoners who purchased dimensional arcade ticket bundles before the new build is live. Compensation will consist of units based on the cost of the bundles and so on. The date for this will be communicated when we have a clear timeline. So at least they're doing something about it. It seems like they're kind of implementing some things to make it at least doable now, right? Can I look at the fight you're about to send? Sure. I will have to proof watch it first, though. Oh, it's just a picture? Crucible Red Goblin in 30 seconds with Tigra. That's very nice. Very nice. What's up, Boros? How are you, man? But yeah, that's really quick. Like, really fast. I mean, that's Tigra for you, though, right? Okay, so we got some crystals. Let's go crack them open, shall we? We'll get Spider Ham when as few people are on stream as possible. We've got a few Valiants to chew through, stuff like that. So, okay, I was going to ask you guys about... Usually I'm very informed on all things this game, right? Because I have to be. But I am a little confused. So we have the new objectives for winning fights and incursions with like Cosmic and Mutant, or I don't remember what it is. But the incursions don't reset until tomorrow. So did they just mess up? Was that not supposed to go live yet? Is that... Am I correct in thinking that? Because I was thinking about doing incursions today, but then I was like, wait, they haven't reset yet because it hasn't been a full week. So I'm just a little confused. They extended it by a day? Okay. So I probably shouldn't do the incursions yet then. I should wait for them to roll over. That's what it sounds like the move is. Okay, we have 2 Valiant Nexus. Let's see what we get from these. I'll be blown away if I get a 7-star. 6-star Nexus. And 5-star Spiral. Not bad. We'll take it. What objective? I can show you. But no, if they just extended it by a day, which I don't know why, but I guess that makes sense. But yeah, you can get these. So technically, you can get this one, but you can't get the Star-Lord piece because it's not the second week of incursions yet. That starts tomorrow in like 16 hours. But you can get the film roll right now, but I don't know why they did that. That's dumb. So I would just run incursions tomorrow. I think that's what we're going to do. Not going to run those tonight. Then we're just running incursions back to back for no reason. You don't care for Star-Lord at all? I like him. It's definitely going to be a little bit harder to get value from him just because he's like a more ramp up style champion. I don't know. I like it. I'll partake in the nostalgia bait. I like Star-Lord. Whether I'll actually use this new version though, I'm not sure. But yeah, it is... I mean, look at the cost of Deathless now. You're kind of a fool if you can get him and you just don't. You're really missing out on a lot. Okay, what else do we have? We're kind of close to a 7-star. Not quite, though. We do have all of these to open, though. These Tooth and Claw. Let's go crack these open. All right, we got 6 of these. I feel like our odds are decent. You did not, Samira. I don't believe you did, no. We've been very pressed for time since I'm not streaming 3-hour days. We do need to get a friendly going, though. Dude. Donkey Kong Country is the best. Was it the OG, though, or is it the like, HD remake? Because I used to play that on the Game Boy. The Game Boy Advance. I think that's what I played it on. It was no, I'm pretty sure that was one of the games I played on my Game Boy Advance SP. I did have like a DS for a very long time though, and that also plays Game Boy cartridges, but I'm pretty sure Donkey Kong Country was one of those I played with the Game Boy. Yeah, the alt did hit Valiant. Yeah, that was really fun, man. Playing the alt and getting Valiant has been very enjoyable. It almost makes me want to start a third account, man. Donkey Kong Country got you into video games? That's cool. That's a good first game to start out on. It can be pretty challenging, though. Like, sometimes you probably definitely want to throw whatever device you're playing on. And nothing from these, dude. Come on. We need to get lucky. Give me a 7-star Scream. That would be kind of cool. Yeah, Donkey Kong Country, like, all those games are great. I've heard Tropical Freeze is really difficult, though, on the Switch. Are we... At least give me a 6-star, man. Yeah, dude, that's what video games were the best for. If you're like dragged somewhere super boring, I still remember a time where I had to go with my mom to her work, and I was going to be like locked in this one like corner of a hallway for hours, like hours, pretty much the entire evening from like afternoon till night. And I still remember my gray Nintendo DS and Pokemon Diamond getting me through that. I played the crap out of Diamond. I like that Pokemon. It was good. But yeah, it was ultimate time passer. You'd bring like your little carrier bag that you had with all your games in it. You'd pop them out if you get bored. It's fantastic. Now we just have smartphones and entire consoles that can fit in your pocket, right? Super Mario OG on Nintendo is your first game? Nice. Pokemon Black? Pokemon Black and White was where I just stopped playing Pokemon, and then the last Pokemon I played was Pokemon Sword. Sword and Shield are great games, those. Pokemon Sword, I actually filled out the entire Pokédex for, so I could get the shiny charm. Because there were a couple Pokemon that I really wanted shiny. Okay, I only need 3K. I could probably get that somehow, right? I bet it has, huh? The Battleground shop is probably refreshed. Yep. Yes, we got a basic chat. Spider Ham time. Spider Ham time. All right, you guys know the drill. Drop your guesses down below in the chat. What do you think I'm gonna get? We haven't had a winner in a hot minute, okay? But if you get the champion right, you get your own crisp high five, which is an insane honor to have, and one very few people have acquired. So drop your guesses down below. I'll give you guys a little bit to get to it, and we'll see if any of you guys are psychic today. Venom the Duck incoming. Mike Tyson Punch Out. I've seen a blindfolded speedrun of that game. That's pretty cool. Pokemon Sword was also where you got the shiny charm. Yes, dude. It was funny. I remember in school, I don't remember what grade I was in or what, but I remember there was a group of guys in the library during lunch, and there was this one guy. First of all, they would all be just playing Pokemon on their Switches, and there was this one guy who had a shiny charm, and he would just like constantly be farming shinies to sell to people. It was like his own little business. Pretty smart, honestly. War Machine has proven useless. You're all in on Storm Pyramid X. Venom the Duck, Carnage, War Machine, Silk, Storm X. So far. Anyone else that's lurking, get your guesses in. I'll give you a little bit longer. Those of you that already got your guesses in, if you want to go ahead and drop a like on the stream, that would really help the channel. It would really help me a bunch. I would appreciate it very much. Very much. Widowy. But yeah, childhood gaming was the best, man. Like, gaming as an adult is great and all, but it's just, it doesn't hit the same, you know? It just doesn't. She-Hulk? All right, we got 10 seconds. I need to get my guess in, huh? I'm going to say this is going to be Ant-Man. Yeah, shiny hunting is addicting, but also like the worst thing, man. Yo, what's up, Zemo? There were so many times I had to question, like, am I doing it right? Do I actually have the shiny charm? Because it feels like I've been shiny hunting this Pokemon for a week straight. And then eventually you finally get it and it hits like a drug. Moondragon. Nobody guessed Moondragon. Dang it. We lose again, chat. But wait, there's hope. There's hope. Yeah, childhood gaming is the best. If I could go back and like, it's so good because it's so carefree. Don't have to worry about taxes. Okay, guys. Your guesses will remain for this Exalted, all right? If you guess it right. Is this the day we get a 7-star from one of these? Is this the day? You shiny hunt? Dude, I would never shiny hunt a legendary or a starter Pokemon. No way. I'm not that dedicated. Maybe if I really, really love the legendary enough. I would never do a starter, though. You got to go through too many menus. And then I told you, dude, 7 stars are not in this crystal. It is confirmed. It is confirmed. Strike. Another strike. That's crazy. How have we never gotten a 7-star from these, man? They're not in there. I know it says that the odds are 20%. They just aren't there, man. Insane. Yeah, I don't... Let's see. I'm trying to think. I did naturally encounter a shiny Swinub once. I think that's... That might be my only natural shiny. I'm trying to think. I might have had another one. No, I think I just found... I think I just had a shiny Swinub. And that's like... That was my pride and joy for a while. I also just like that Pokemon, so... Mamoswine and Piloswine. I like that whole evolution line. Okay, I think that's everything. I can't believe that we cannot get a 7-star from those, dude. It, like, genuinely feels rigged against me, man. I don't know what other explanation there is. Okay, I want to go ahead and finish Arena, I think, chat. That's what I think we're going to do. Since Incursions reset tomorrow, maybe we'll get into... if we finish Arena in time, we'll get into some Battlegrounds. You actually encountered a legendary shiny naturally? That's whack, dude. Oh, yeah, you'd have to, Samir. That's a great Pokemon. Actually, I think I remember seeing something some time ago that Greninja was like they polled a bunch of people about what their favorite Pokemon was, and I think Greninja might have actually won. There are a lot of Greninja fans. Which checks out. I mean, it's a frog ninja, dude. He's pretty cool. But that is really cool. Cat hates the cold. Last night was freezing. She disappeared into the cold and brought an adult bird home. Dude, cats will do that, man. If they're an outside cat, they just like will bring you random dead animals. It's great. That's why ours will never go outside. Our cat will always be an indoor cat. I don't want to have to deal with like mice being dropped off at my door or anything like that. Now, If I still get a mouse at my door and it's from the inside cat, I applaud it and I thank it very much. Give it all the snacks. You do not want mouse in your house, as they say, right? That's a lot of damage. You grew up watching X and Y for the longest time. He was your favorite. Yeah, I mean, same with a lot of different people, I think. That's probably why he was, like, so popular. Yours is both. See, I'm always worried about letting cats outdoors. I know it's, like, a thing a lot of people do, right? But I just... You get so close to an animal, right? And then all of a sudden they stop coming back. And you're like, well, did they get hit by a car? What happened? I just don't want that feeling. Like, you are staying indoors the rest of your life. I don't think I could let my cat go outside. Definitely not now. He's definitely a spoiled kitty, for sure. He would not survive in the wild. But yeah, I wouldn't do that. I mean, dogs are different. You can, like, fence them off and stuff. Cats don't give a crap, dude. They'll just hop out of, like, a 20-foot tall pit, man. They do whatever they want. I don't know. It would maybe be one thing if your cat was, like... If you lived on, like, a farm or, like, a big plot of land... where they actually weren't at risk of getting run over by a car, because, like, where I live like pretty close / in the city, so it's like high likelihood, I feel like, that would happen, because cats think they're invincible and it would get hit by a car, I feel like. Hey, thanks for dropping by, Samir. I'll make sure to tell Caveman that you really enjoy his company and that you guys are friends, for sure. It's happened to you 3 times? Yeah, see, that just would, like, tear my heart out. Dude, it's hard to lose an animal under, like, any circumstance. But if you know they're getting hit by a car or something, I guess you can just pretend or, like, imaginary that, like... Maybe they just left because they found a better home. I don't know. They went up to the big litter box in the sky. Yeah, I couldn't do that, though. Man, why you have to evade? I'm just never going to throw a special. But remember, they nerfed her to make her an easier defender, chat. It's like, I remember, so I pretty much only have had like one animal other than the cat we currently have. And we had a miniature schnauzer dog growing up, and just like he got bone cancer, and so you put him down, right? That was the worst. I had never lost an animal before. I hadn't lost a grandparent or anything like that either at that point. So that was just the worst feeling ever. Almost makes me never want a pet ever again. Ugh. Not by a car. You think it was cute? Dude, coyotes almost is even worse. Maybe not, though, because then maybe it's over quick. Picked the fight with a raccoon and lost. At least it went out like a thug. You can't hear me, Cade? You should be able to. I think everyone else is fine. It looks fine on my end as well, so. Yeah, losing an animal's tough. It really is. It's not the same, like, sadness you get when a person dies, because I feel like I don't really know how to describe it. Like, your relationship with the animal is in a different place, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of like when you're doing physical activity And even though you're like a runner or something, but you're doing something, you're using muscles you've never used when you're running, so you still get sore from that, whatever activity you're doing. That's what it feels like losing an animal. It's just, it's not quite the same. It hits different. Ouch. Gosh, you're the worst, Mr. Zemo. What is this guy's gamer tag even supposed to mean? Okay, cool. Can't wait to get Star-Lord. I know, man. Tomorrow. Like 16 hours. And the king of combos will be ours once again. Now, I'm excited to test him out and stuff. Like I was saying earlier, I don't know if I'll like rank him up or anything. But like the nostalgia is going to get me a little bit because I just really like Star-Lord. I think he's fun. Zemo is very frequently a tough defender, I feel like. You'd rather lose a human than another pet? Yeah, see, like, I don't know. I've since lost some grandparents. Nothing has... I think, at least for me, I was extraordinarily close to my grandparents, so it hurt a lot. A lot more. I mean, even though you're spending like 10 or so years, I don't remember how long we had our dog, but it's different. At least it was for me. Not to say losing an animal isn't painful, though. It makes me never want to lose an animal again. Gives you a similar feeling. Yeah, real close family. I like there's been like the other people I've known where I just don't shed a tear, but like when I lost my first grandparent, that's when it really hit me, because I had been to like funerals in the past and stuff and it never fazed me. I was just, I don't know, man. I thought maybe I might be a serial killer because I wasn't feeling anything for him. And then my first grandpa passed and I was just destroyed for weeks, man. Because he was like the really cool grandpa too, man. It was tough. It was tough. And then you truly get like what it's like to mourn a loved one. I think it's definitely different. And if you haven't gone through it yet, you'll understand when you do. But there's people out there that, I mean, it's happened to everyone. So that's one thing I do like. When you lose somebody, at least I just, there's always someone around to help, it feels like. It's kind of, it's a reality check for you too, right? Like when something like that happens, you kind of take a step back, and it's a good way to like force yourself to reevaluate where you are. Like there's a lot of times or like when that had happened, you kind of sit back and think like, man, if I died tomorrow, like what would my funeral be like? Like, do I feel like I've done what I want to do? No, then let's do it. I don't want to die. Like you need to treat every day like it's your last. I know that's really cliche, but you don't quite understand it, I think, until you're actually like met with that circumstance. I don't know if I've ever done the Count Nefaria into Onslaught matchup before. I mean, that worked okay. You can't throw the special too, though. Oh, the incursions don't roll over when the timer ends? That's weird, Charles. Never mind. I guess Thursday then? You have one grandparent left, and 2 or so years ago, one of your dogs got hit by a truck when he was 10 days away from turning 2. Oh, I'm sorry, man. R.I.P. Harley. The goodest boy. I'm sorry, man. That's tough. Yeah, it is different to all. For sure. It's nice to know that you're not alone when stuff like that happens, though, right? Like, you can lean on people most of the time. I mean, everyone's circumstances are different. Oh, they extended it, but it doesn't show on the timer in game? That must be it. Oh, that's so weird. I wonder why they extended it. I didn't feel like it was like buggy or anything. Because of your medical history is a 90% chance you'll make it to your 50s? Well, be the 10%, man. Be the 10%. And you know what? A lot of things, like, I know some people in similar circumstances, but like, you know what? There's been a lot of like things that humanity, you wouldn't even get past 10 with, and we've been able to figure it out. So have faith in the medical industry, man. Especially, look, I hate to be that guy who just pushes AI because I'm very skeptical of it, but I do think with how it can analyze large tables of data, I think there's a really good chance that in the next 10 years, the medical industry just explodes. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but I think it's fairly likely because it can notice trends in data and analyze like a lot of stuff like that. I think it'll help. At least I hope it does. Obviously, greed and stuff can get in the way of innovation sometimes, but I hope not. All right, let me check that out really quick, Charles. Oh, I must have completely missed that because I was looking at their Discord earlier. First round has been extended for 24 hours to better align with typical event cadence in game. In order to give the second round of glitched incursions time to spawn properly, round 2 will be starting on Thursday. Ugh. Okay. Weird, dude. That's so bizarre. If okay, why put it on the timer and start it when you started it if you were just gonna have to tweak it? I don't get that, but okay. You know what? As long as we know when it's happening. Ooh, Venom versus Spider-Ham. Good luck, buddy. Anyway, thank you for updating me with that, Charles. I guess we won't play Incursions tomorrow. Plot twist. Yeah, Cade, you're a walking odds defier, man. Why stop now? You should write a book. It sounds like you've probably been through a lot and learned a lot about a lot of things. Be kind of cool to have a perspective on all that. Oh no, Jean Grey. Dude, future Ant-Man, if you're so smart, how are you forgetting which way is right and which way is left, huh? That's what I want to know. Easy. I know, Charles, me too. I just haven't, I've been really bad about checking it lately. Your English and grammar are crap. Well, dude, hey, that's the thing though. You write it all out and then you just run it through ChatGPT. Don't tell it to rewrite it for you. Then everyone's going to think AI wrote the whole thing. But just say, hey, fix my grammar or fix my spelling. You could ask it to spruce it up a little too if you want. More of a numbers sort of person. Yeah, that's okay. That's a language in its own right. But no, I know some people that are just writing books like as a hobby. I don't think they intend to publish it or anything, but they'll just write out in their own grammar, their own error-filled and error-ridden ways, and then run it through like ChatGPT and move on. Obviously, you make edits after ChatGPT does, but yeah, man, it's pretty cool. It enables a lot of people to do things that normally would be a huge barrier. What is my favorite Nintendo character? That's a good question. Let me sit on that for a little bit. Let me think about it. Because I have not been huge into Nintendo a lot lately, so... I'm trying to think, like... I feel like it would probably be... Man, I don't know. I might need to Google a list for that question. Yeah, I'm gonna do that after this, actually. I'm trying to think of like who I would always play in Super Smash. Like characters from The Legend of Zelda. Those were like the big games I played growing up. Or like, I mean, I played some Mario games, I guess. I played all of Super Mario Galaxy. I played Mario and Luigi, Superstar Saga, Bowser's Inside Story, all those games. Paper Mario, that's a good franchise too that I played a lot of. All right, side quests, chat. Let's see if there's a website where I can just find a list of Nintendo characters. We'll go through it. Oh man. Okay, here we go. I'm not gonna say all these out loud, but I'm just gonna scroll through it. And we'll see if any of these really hit me in the feels. Oh man, it's not gonna show all the like side characters though. These are all like the mainline characters. I guess it's still good to go through though. I do like Kirby. I didn't play any Fire Emblem. I know Roy from Super Smash. Fox is cool. Ooh, I forgot Metroid's Nintendo as well. Dude, they make some banger games, man. I don't really know if I have a favorite. Pikmin. Ooh, you know what? It might be... I really like the Boos. Like, I like King Boo. Okay, I really like Luigi's Mansion. I think that's where I would pull my favorite character from. I think I would really... Man, it might be Professor Egad. Because he's just a goofy goober. Abyss, welcome in. You got a 6-star gold pool, Nick? Congrats, man. Every time I open those crystals, I'm hopeful, but it has not panned out yet. Yours without question is Donkey Kong. I do like DK. What do you think of his redesign from the movie, though? I know a lot of people aren't huge fans about how like cartoony he is now. King K. Rool is your favorite villain. Kirby is your favorite. Dude, I remember, this is like a weird core memory for my childhood. And you can find this on YouTube. There is a movie called Donkey Kong and the Crystal Coconut. And it's like a Donkey Kong musical kind of thing. It's so weird. But I don't know. I just remember watching that as a kid. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's so goofy. So that's where I am like, King K. Rool at that is really funny. Cringiest movie ever, though. Yeah, Mario Kart is good as well. I was trying to like think of all the roster for that. Dude, I might go with Professor Egad unless I think of something better. It's really a good question. It's something I've never actually thought about. I'll check Discord in a minute, kid. The man who invented Tupperware has passed away. His funeral is delayed until his family can find a lid that fits his coffin. I tell you where the lid is, man. It's in a cabinet somewhere in their house, but they can only open it for a split second, or all the other ones will fall out. Welcome in, man. Samir was in here earlier, and he said he loves you and wishes that, you know, he could have been here when you were because you're such good friends. Right, chat? That's exactly what Samir said. The wrench should still be there for Abyss. Okay, I need to actually like fight the Shuri instead of blocking. Oh, you're stupid untouchable. Donkey Kong has always been a goofy character. Yeah, I think, dude, it was that the jungle rap from Super Smash Bros. That made Donkey Kong seem like such a bad A. Samir said Caveman sucks. What? No, he did not. Wait, the wrench is a shield? It shows as a wrench for me still. Maybe YouTube is changing things again. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's like a change they're rolling out slowly. I don't know. Let me check. I mean, yeah, it's still a wrench for me. That's weird. A shield kind of makes sense too, though, for a moderator. More than a wrench. I like the on Twitch it's a sword. I think that makes more sense, right? They both do in their own way, I suppose. Yeah, dude. Now you got me focused on Nintendo when I should be focused on MCOC. Oh my gosh, the AI is so smart. I hate it. Bowser Jr.? Well, no. Yeah, I'm gonna go with like King Boo or like Professor Egad. Or the mailman from The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Ooh, or Beetle. He's funny. You need to be moved on Twitch, but your Twitch name is different. That's okay. A lot of people have different names, from Twitch to Discord to YouTube. It makes it very difficult to know who's who. Abyss has a wrench for you, Walrus. See, maybe it's a regional thing. YouTube likes to roll out like little different tests now and again for that kind of stuff. Like, I know some people would have the like option to have 4 times speed on their videos, and some people didn't. It's just weird. Oh, it could be a device thing. You sent a photo of your dogs? Dude, we should have... Maybe I'll make this. If I remember to, I will. We should have a chat where we just post pictures of our pets. I don't know that it would get used that much once people send their first photos, but it could be fun to have. Mario Kart World, whoever the new DK design is, definitely the worst. Dude, Mario Kart World was kind of like a flop. I feel like it did not, I mean, it sold a bunch, but I don't know that I ever see people talking about it really. Oh, you're so cooked. Nimrod special 2 to the face. Be Petzel. You'd definitely join? Well, you would have to. I mean, you're already in the Discord. You've already signed up. Unfortunately. We got you locked in here for the rest of your life. Compared to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, every Nintendo game is going to flop. Yeah, I mean, those games are great. Don't get me wrong, man. But like, Mario Kart is just built different, man. And I just, based on what I've seen, they just didn't really hit the same Mario Kart vein. They try to force you to play the stupid... I don't think they do anymore, but like on release they did. They try to force you to play their like intermission style tracks where you just drive in a straight line. The game looks great, but it just doesn't feel like what Mario Kart is. Which is something you can just hop in really quick with your buddies, race 3 laps around 4 different tracks, call it good. They don't need to make everything open world. Yeah, the open world is very nothing burger. It did so well. Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. Like I think it set records if I'm not mistaken, but there's just been little to no hype behind it. It kind of like really killed its momentum. That and the fact that it was more expensive. I think that turned a lot of people away as well. The Switch 2 just being like a slightly better hardware upgrade for more money, and then the games being the same way, I think rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And it's like, wow, I can use a Joy-Con for a mouse now, but that's not that great of a feature. I don't know why you spent your time on that, Nintendo. I mean, it's kind of a cool gimmick, but it's a gimmick. It's not going to be something you're using every day. I probably will not upgrade until I really just can't play anything on the Switch 1. It is still Dizzle time, Sheep. Yeah, you got another hour or so of Dizzle time. You're here bright and early. Don't worry your little heart. Oh no, he's Umbraka Brew. Jack X was your favorite game in the style of Mario Kart? I don't think I've ever played that. To me, like, I've played some like Mario Kart like alternate or adjacent games, most notably probably Crash Bandicoot. It's never quite the same. I think I played Diddy Kong Racing too, but I don't remember that much of it. No, the Mario Kart I played the heck out of was Mario Kart DS. I could not put that game down. If I had Double Dash, I would have played it a lot. I had a buddy who had Mario Kart Double Dash, and we played, like, we'd play that a lot. Rah, Dizzle time. Yeah, it does feel like they just rushed Mario Kart World out the door. Best game mode of Mario Kart World is the game mode where you actually do transition from track to track. Ooh, what? Wait, what? Get out of here, 6 stars. We don't need you anymore. Forgot what I was doing for a second. Oops, wrong matchup. Oh well, we'll hopefully win anyway. Crash Bandicoot was lit. Dude, Crash Bandicoot is lit though. Not as good as Mario Kart, but... Or I guess Nitro Kart. Bandicoot games are great. I'd never played a Jak and Daxter game. I played Ratchet and Clank, which is not the same, but it kind of sounds like it. Those games are great, actually. I didn't, there's a lot of them I didn't play. I only actually played the one on the PSP. I think I played a little bit of one of the console Ratchet Clanks. Now that I think about it. Do I hate the Dimensional Arcade? I wouldn't say I hate it, but I don't necessarily love it. I wish the time and energy would have been spent elsewhere. If you're going to give me a game mode, like, listen, I don't think they spent a lot of time and energy on it. That's why we were actually having like bug fixes for it. But they still spent time and energy on it. Like, if you're going to give me a game mode, I personally want it to be polished, and I would like it to be actual quality instead of just like pushing content for content's sake. Dimensional Arcade just feels like thrown together with Elmer's glue and duct tape in its current state. It just does. It feels like really half-baked, just like the first Dimensional Arcade, and it just feels like a vehicle to get free rewards that could have been tied to something that's actually in the game that we have to fight characters to get. You know, like, if you're gonna give me a mode like this, do it like the MCOC poker, where it's native to the game. I don't have to leave for a browser, and it actually is polished and it is like its own system and is structured well. That's just not what Dimensional Arcade is. It feels like logging into the web store with extra steps to me. It's just, I don't know. I like free stuff. It's like okay for like a 1-minute diversion, but they want you to play that every day, just like the first Dimensional Arcade, and I'm not a huge fan of that personally. That's kind of where my opinion on things sit. Again, I'm gonna say this. I've said it 1,000 times. I said it when the poker mode released. I'm okay with them trying new things. Okay, I think that's fine. If you find a mode and it just really hits hard, then that's just a good thing for the game, you know? So it's good to experiment once in a while. I totally get that. But like I said, this is just not polished. MCOC is not a rhythm game. Nobody asked for a rhythm game. It just feels weird. So try new things, you know, extra rewards is great, but at least make sure it doesn't feel like it was put together by some interns on a weekend. Okay, let me catch up on chat really quick. It's awful. The idea that it opens another tab sucks. Yeah, I said this about the first Dimensional Arcade. It needs to be native. I think making people use a browser is dumb. It just feels lazy and a little bit sloppy. The fact they use units as rewards feels sleazy. I don't mind it. I think you don't see units in rewards super often, so I'll take it if they want to give it to us. It is supposed to be updated. Yeah, I read over the Discord post earlier, you guys. They're going to compensate us as well with tickets for it. But they did not give a timeline on when the bug fix will go live for it. So who knows? The weekend interns could have made a better game. That may be true. I don't know. It feels like I wonder if they put it together with ChatGPT. I'm not even joking. They might be AI created. There's probably a guy who knows and like can code stuff, but it feels like, I don't know. There's so many bugs, I feel like. If you're gonna half bake a mode, at least make sure it works, you know? The fact that when it went live on day one, there were so many people having input issues, it really is not a good look optics wise, because it's not a hard thing to test. You'd find out pretty quick if it worked effectively or not. Lee also pay 40 bucks for units and skip the time. That's the smart man's move. Welcome in, dude. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to bash Kabam or anything for trying new things, but I wish when they tried new things, it was actually like polished things that are good. It doesn't take that big of a group of playtesters to find out something like this is maybe not where they should spend their time. I feel like Kabam just needs to use their content creators, get them together, say, hey, like, we will offer you money if you are willing to test these things for us in advance and give us your feedback. We will pay you. I don't know how many would actually do that. That would actually maybe be too much of a task in a lot of different ways. But they need something. Like, just go find a random group of strangers that pay MCOC in your local town or city. They could tell you what would be a good idea and what wouldn't be. Oh, what's up, man? Someone took regular Thanos to rank 4. Absolute Chad. No, Abyss, that would be too much to ask for. Listen to players when they overwhelmingly say they don't want this. See, here's the thing that's tricky. Like, guys, we live in our own echo chamber, all right? We are the small percent of the player base that looks at Reddit. We're in the Discord. We're watching MCOC streams, right? That is a very different player dynamic than like 90% of the player base. So like, we don't really know. Like, maybe it is a smash hit. Who knows? Regular Thanos should get a huge buff. Something. I think you can like synergize him to make him like decently useful. Let's go there. It would be fun though if my trophy champion became usable. If you took him to rank 5, you'd probably be the only rank 5 Thanos in the game. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that, Lee. That's not an awful idea. I just think a lot of modes they would want to beta test like this, I don't think have huge replayability. And even like, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's definitely easy to say, like, this is one thing I want, and, like, they should do it this way because I want it. And I fall victim to that a lot. But I gotta realize, dude, I'm streaming. I'm playing this game hours a day. My views are definitely different from little Jimmy down the street who just plays this during lunch at school. You know, like, it's very hard to please the crowd, you know? That being said, I do think there are some decisions that it just feels like if you thought about it for a second, maybe it's not the best move, or like maybe an in-game decision is a little tone deaf. Okay, okay. There we go. He threw it. We're chilling. Do I think they'll announce the next Stellar Forge on Friday? Is that their next live stream? I think they'll announce it on their next live stream, probably. What's up, James? How are you, man? Little Jimmy hasn't beaten Act 6. He doesn't get a say. but little Jimmy has his father, Gary, we'll call him, who is loaded, and he just adores his child. And guess what? He spends hundreds on Banquet, on in-game events. So gotta keep little Jimmy hooked on the game. Maybe hooked isn't the best word, but invested. Man, do I want to fight Jean Grey, or Jean Grey? I think I'll fight Jean Grey. I think that is the smart move. Yeah, dude, that would actually be fun. Caveman, everybody gets their own, like, WWE entrance song. That would be pretty legit, actually. YouTube would kidnap your family for it, though. They do not like copyright. They do not like that stuff, man. And I don't know if it's just anecdotal or whatever, but there were times I would accidentally play copyrighted music in the past. It really felt like those streams would get, like, throttled hardcore. I don't know if I'm just, like, making it up or what. That's the way it felt. Although, if you are, like, on Twitch, you can kind of do whatever you want. They're very loosey-goosey with that. The Undertaker gong sound. Yeah, you can have a sound effect or you can have an actual song. I would want mine to be the Thomas the Dank engine. Come on, mother trucker, come on. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. Yeah, if it's a soundbite, yeah. I mean, if you're playing the full song, you're more cooked. Look at all the weaknesses. That's crazy. All right, take that, Jean Grey. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. I don't know who that is, but that sounds fun, Abyss. That sounds fun. It also would require me to probably get a soundboard or do some like coding magician stuff that I don't know how to do. Do some Python stuff. Dude, the after image that Danny Moonstar leaves looks so cool. Yeah, that was actually pretty good. Put her in her pure life form. Ouch. I'll send some over to you, Caveman. I can wire it up right now. I've been holding on to Radiance way too long for no reason. I got you. Oh, you're fine. Wait, you didn't have the mastery yet? That's the first thing I went for, man. I couldn't use Radiance on anything for so long. I was in like a way more chill alliance at the time too. So we didn't really get a lot of Radiance. Oh, snap. No, no, please. No. Throw it. Throw it. Throw it. I don't want to get a special 3 to the face. Thank you, big dog. You're not patient enough. Honestly, yeah, it's annoying how long it takes to save up for. Whew, that was close. We still almost ate a special 3. We still might. We still did. Oh my gosh. Oh, you kill me, Serpent. Literally. Never mind. Destroyed. Yeah, Saver Radiance for the inferior version of Ileana. I assume that's the real name for magic. But yeah, that is one thing to keep in mind too, man. Like magic will be Radiance store based. Oh, I missed the Dax rip. Spidey, what's up, man? You hyped about your new head coach? And by you, I mean the Bills head coach. That's exciting stuff. Calling her by her government name. Ugh. Magic. Magic. Maybe they'll just redesign her to play like she does in Marvel Rivals. You hope the Seahawks don't repeat themselves? Dude, I think that would be the funniest ending ever. They throw a pick at the goal line. What would be even better, though, is if this time they actually ran the football and they just didn't get in. I think that would be freaking hilarious, man. I always forget that he doesn't go very far on that heavy attack. No, I'm excited. I think there's like, I don't know. I don't want to say 90, but I feel like there's a 90% chance that the Seahawks win. It's kind of like the whole Doctor Strange thing. I've peered into thousands of futures. I only see one where the Patriots win. I don't like it that much. Yeah, I kind of agree, Spidey. Well, I didn't think like he was the best offensive coordinator anyway. I actually thought the offense was like, in a lot of ways, what was holding it down. It felt like the offense was like, Josh, go save us. You know what I mean? It was not... I don't feel like any of the victories were because he's such an offensive genius. You know? Yeah, I'm happy for Sam Darnold, man. He was relegated to the New York Jets, and now the world knows he's actually good at football. He's going to a Super Bowl. I think that's cool. Usually people, like, they'll go to the Jets, and then their career dies, and they never come back from it. It's cool that he's been able to find success on a few different teams now. Who knows? Maybe if Tua gets traded, he'll start playing good football again. Sports stuff you can ignore. Yeah, just take a little bit of a break. Just wait until we get to our curling section of the stream, where we talk about all of our favorite sports, curling or underwater basket weaving. I do think something needed to change for the Bills, though, Spidey. You can't keep just like showing up and like in the regular season and then just disappearing in the postseason. Foosball. Foosball is the devil. Man, I don't like any of these matchups, really. Jabari Panther is not going to be good for Fantana at all. Or maybe she is. I don't know. Charles would know. I bet he's like, I do this matchup all the time. I really hate dexing that second hit of his special one. It just throws me off. Because you can barely see it. I have the advantage of a much bigger screen, though. Ouch. I don't want to fight him in the corner. Yo, what's up, Sandscript? How are you, man? Good afternoon. Well, it is certainly after the noon, at least for me. So welcome in, man. Hope you're doing well. Dude, the explosion-y shockwave from the heavy looks so cool. Underwater basketball? That sounds elite, man. I don't think that would work, but that would be cool. Let's throw a special one, shall we? Yeah, the Ravens. Oof, yeah. I just saw your message. That's a tough team to be rooting for lately, too. It sucks, too, because Lamar is insane. He deserves a Super Bowl. I do like that Ravens team. I don't know what happened this last year. Oh, he's from Australia? That's cool, man. I figured he was somewhere else if it was afternoon. Saw your 3 bosses. Man, that's cool that you have a favorite football team if you're all the way from Australia. Lamar's insane sometimes, yeah. That's that's accurate. I tell you what, he carries my fantasy football team sometimes. I thank him for that. If anything, right? Oh, I thought I had a special too. Oh, I did, but okay. I see what I did. Throw it. I will say, as much as I don't like fighting Null, at least you get free willpower, right? I remembered the charm spell. Yeah, I've been trying to do that more often. It seems to help. She's still not my favorite attacker in the world, but I should probably get back to a special too, though. Oh, did I ever tell? I did tell you guys I won my fantasy football championship, right? I think I did. There's no way I did not brag about that. That was a pretty good fight, all things considered. I do not like fighting Null that much. Especially if he's really like liberal on his special one usage. She still sucks on attack. Yeah, I agree. Unless your fight is going to go for 3 hours long. Then she can finally set up after like 2 hours. All you guys that picked a 7-star Kingpin, how are you guys liking him? Are you using him a bunch? Or is he riding the bench? Just out of curiosity. I know some of you got both. But if you're like me, you only got a single one of them. Speaking of which, dude, it's still so sad to see my units only at like 2,400 and not like 20,000 or something. It actually hurts. It is pain. That's right. That's what Arena is for, chat. That's why we're doing this. Oh, what? That was the shortest reaching light attack ever. You've been loving him for auto fight? I didn't even really think about that, honestly. I just usually use Venom, so I don't worry that much. Oh, I actually didn't. You'd think I would know that, Abyss. You'd think I would know that. That's good to know. I might forget it next time I fight him, but thank you. Kingpin is awesome. I wish I could have gotten both, man. I should have just done it. I should have just spent money in the web store. But I could not justify spending money after I had like basically 50,000 units that I didn't have to spend money for, you know? It's like buying grocery presents at the end of the year with a bonus that you get from your company. You've been loving abs, man? I will say, like, I may consider, I may rank mine up a little bit more. I feel like I'm decent at playing him. And I could get more than decent. Just need to get the reps in. Because, like, I can light intercept. I just don't always do it, you know. I prefer the mindless parry full combo gameplay. Or I prefer to bait out a heavy attack. Having 50k units already saved up would make you more inclined to spend? Yeah, I guess it works in that direction too. That's just not the way I was looking at it at the time. Maybe like this upcoming year, if I have that many units by Christmas, who knows? I don't think, man, even though we're technically starting arena from like day one of the new year, whereas last year we only really started farming when I started streaming, which was like in the summer. I still don't know if I'll have that many units. Like, I don't know if I'll save all the way everything until Banquet. Yeah, I prefer to just wait, like try and bait a heavy attack most of the time. There's a lot of different ways and like techniques to get an opening in this game though. Sometimes you just feel it's like a dance, you know, and you just feel like you're in the groove. And you can just kind of like, I feel like I can do whatever I want. Or if you're Frankencastle, you just kind of walk forward, you know? Ow, ouch, no, stop, Rocket Raccoon. You're kind of regretting taking Nico to rank 4 instead of him. Chose Nico at the time you're wanting to do Battlegrounds push. It was a mistake because you tilt. I don't think you'll regret Nico at rank 4 though. I mean, Nico is extraordinarily useful for so many things. I mean, Absman is too, I guess, but in different ways. He's more of a bruiser champion. Not that he doesn't have util, but I don't think he has more than Nico. Like, he has immunities and can do big damage. But Nico just literally deletes buffs, man. And stops unstoppable and can go invisible. And can be... I mean, she has some pre-fights that you can use once, which are kind of nice. You want Frankencastle? I hope you get him, man. I hope you get him next Titan rollover. You've yet to find a Mystic you love more than Claire? Maybe if I had Claire as a 7-star. It's been a while. I kind of forget how much I liked her, but I am in a very similar boat. She is absolutely one of my favorite Mystic champions. It actually really tilts me that she's not a 7-star yet. I thought for sure she was going to make it during Banquet. For sure. It was like a shoo-in. It would have been the easiest Banquet 7-star ever. And then we get Jane Foster. And I'm like, really, dude? Come on. People weren't chomping at the bit for Jane Foster. Give the people Clairvoyant. That's what they want. Man, Sans, you are a really nice person. That's given away a lot. Frankencastle's a great champ. Claire's regen. Yeah, she's just got nice utility. I wish she had a synergy or even put it into her base kit that would give her a pre-fight so you could select which mode to start out. Like sometimes I just want to start out being Incinerate immune, but I have to do like 2 combos to get there. And by then, the node that I need to be Incinerate immune for has already taken out a lot of health, you know? Nice, Sheep. Congrats, man. Starkey's a beast. Next Heart of Fire style event? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I do think she could easily be a champion that could be the focal point of something, whether that's like the Platinum Pass or like something Heart of Fire style. I don't know that she would draw enough like money like Dark Phoenix would or something. I could definitely see her being a like Plat Pass champion though. Or a Saga Chase champion maybe. It would be a really good Saga Chase champion, but I think I could see it. Yeah, I could see how Nico could be kind of boring. I enjoy her rotation personally. Yeah, Dracula needs some help, man. Just give him a damage tune-up. I'm okay with his kit, honestly. I think what they should do is you have... What is it called? Like the dire degeneration? It only is like dire or whatever for as long as you're doing your combo after the intercept. It needs to pause for like a certain amount of time. I think that would be a good change. Well, Claire hits like a noodle now, but she didn't always hit like a noodle, caveman. And with Ascension coming, I think she would be a great candidate for a 7-star. Can't have Lizard. Sorcerer style champions are not your forte. I like, I don't know, man. I just like a lot of the utility that comes with champs like that. It's fun to just be able to completely shut down a defender. If he could combo into heavy, he'd be 45% better. That's an oddly specific percentage, but we'll go with it. I think that would help. It's really not even that big of an issue, though. If you can parry, at least, or punish with your heavy, it's fine. Because you just need to tap heavy, and then you can throw your specials, and you get the benefit from an intercept or a heavy. I think his design is cool, how he can steal fury buffs and all that stuff. His numbers are just lacking. It makes me wonder if pre-release, because that was around the time there was kind of a lot of drama. You had like Vega making videos about him stepping down from the content creator thing, talking about champion design being poor. There was like tons of uproar in the community about like the balancing system and all that stuff. I really do wonder if maybe they took a look at Dracula and we're like, he might be too strong. Let's tone his numbers down. I don't know if they did that, but I'm just saying it's possible. She hits, I definitely like Caveman. Her damage is definitely if she's in her incinerate mode. Outside of that, she's nothing to write home about. But yeah, I would not be surprised if they were like, oh crap, we can't get more negative PR. Let's just make sure he's like very toned down, very safe champion. Just wait until Blue Marvel, gentlemen. The next game breaker is here. Or who knows, maybe it will be M'Baku. 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 Bruh. DLL would never. Well, he may not have had a say. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Do we know who's designing M'Baku? I don't know if we do. Yeah, Lee, I found that out. It's kind of annoying. It's so it can be more along with the natural in-game timer for things, which is like, what does that even mean, dude? You started the timer. Like, if it's not when you wanted it to be, that tough beans. Like, you set the timer. You started the event. Why do you have to delay it or whatever? Like, I don't get that. Oh, it's not a big deal. It's just kind of silly. I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, we got the Warlock Ditto matchup. My brother in Christ, you. I know. Well, like, seriously, that's the way I'm feeling about it. It's like, dude, if it's a prop, like, what? You had full control over this. It's not like the game just randomly started the event and started the timer. You were right, but also wrong. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was really confusing because, like, because they're extending it, the objective for, like, the class objective to get the Rhino event points is out already, but the Incursions hasn't rolled over yet. So you're probably going to have a lot of people that aren't really in the know that are going to see the objective and think, oh, I guess we're not getting a different Incursions. I better run it now. And then they're going to then have to do it next week again. It's just going to be silly. Because not everyone is going to see it. Like, and then they're going to rage post about how much time they wasted on Incursions and how it's dumb. It's like, just leave it. Just let it refresh at the timer. Doesn't need to be that complicated. Company talk for we messed up. Yeah, there's too much of that lately, I feel like. I just don't get it. Like, is it going to be some great evil or like just some great tragedy if you don't extend it and the timer just goes the way it is? Whatever. Yeah, Sans, it's just another classic case of Kabam just shooting themselves in the foot. That's what I don't like. Dude, I love this game so much. Okay, it's enabled me to meet all of you guys and build up an awesome community. I love it. Thank you, by the way. If you aren't subscribed, make sure to do all that, like the video, whatever. But, like, dude, the unforced errors that this company has are second to none. Oh my gosh, congrats, Buffy. Good for you, man. 1 million up next. But yeah, they're just constantly doing nothing to help themselves. And I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Like, what is going on over there sometimes? It's just, oh, unforced error after unforced error. Now, that being said, they do a lot of good things, I will say. I don't think they get enough credit for a lot of the good things they do. But that's because the stupid things they do are so stupid. They just, oh, it's like they're fighting themselves, man. Be a good husband and get that poor girl cough drops. I don't know if we have any, Abyss. Yeah, the top zone and the gold milestone. To be fair, they don't do a great job at explaining that either. I think Incursions need a little bit of help, though. Bull, Cokebuster, Sasquatch. The big champions do feel kind of fun to play. Sometimes they feel wonky, though, and slow. Once in a while when I'm using Sentinel and his, like, dash and stuff, it just feels really clunky. From time to time, though, I totally get that. Man, chill. Venom the Duck just obliterating Shuri. That was personal. Yeah, I agree. Puffy, let's not drop names for specific people. Not if we're gonna attack their character, man. If I see it again, I'll have to timeout / ban you or something, man. We're talking about Kabam as a conglomerate. You can't point to any one individual as being at fault. And when you take it to character and stuff, I just think that's dishonest. People can be horrible people and be good at their job. That's just... And it's... I don't know. You don't really work there, so you don't know whose fault it is. When you get rich, you're gonna buy this game and make it better. I'll hold you to it, man. I'll hold you to it. When you do buy it, if you could rig it so I could finally get Spider-Ham on my account, that would be superb. Dude, Maestro is pretty cool. I assume you mean the actual Maestro and not just the Overseer, who is also actually cool. I wish he wasn't locked behind Necropolis, though. But hey, at least I got myself a brand new shiny 6-star. Make Herc a 7-star? I'm down for that, actually. Honestly, release the floodgates. Make everyone a 7-star. Quake, Magneto, send it. Oh, dude. Thank you, Sans. You know what? I don't know if I have any champions you want, but you can snag a couple if you want. I'll donate. You're new to the channel. You don't understand the kind of crap. We've opened easily over 100 like 7-stars by now. Always taking science class crystals, and we have no Spider-Ham. Keep in mind, I'm a like a since release player, man. I don't think I've taken a break since 7-stars were released, and I have no Spider-Ham. There's easily been hundreds and hundreds of crystals by now, and I have no single copy of the pig. And he's one of my favorite champions in the game. I freaking hate it. And to make it even worse, Sans, I have an alt account that's now Valiant, and one of my first 10 7-stars was a Spider-Ham, dude. I can't believe it. I hate everything. Best XL champ is Fix It. Fight me. I do like me some Joe Fix It. Solid champion indeed. Don't need to give you anything. Oh, okay. Well, all right. How about I'll slip you some ISO under the table or something. Dude, I couldn't do that. I couldn't take that without paying you for in some way. Everyone is a 7-star and then immediately 8 stars. Yeah. Yeah, Nick, that's kind of the unfortunate thing is like I now have a rank 4 Spider-Woman because I pulled her before I got him. And so now I just want to pull him, okay? Because that's like my white whale. But I don't know that I'd rank him up anymore. It would feel like a little bit of a waste. At least immediately. Maybe if I had a gem or something. Oh, I forgot about the special lock. Oh, buns. I will say, I feel like Spider-Ham's power stings hit a little harder. He's not useless either. I mean, you can still use him on defense. Yeah, Sans, I think you're yeah, you're gonna need some ISO. I'll hook you up. It seems like you're in desperate need. I'll help you out. That's just what I do. Spider-Ham is more bursty. He's yeah, I mean, in some ways he can be. And you're not relying on buffs, which is kind of nice. Like, you just get his damage. There's definitely aspects where I think Spider-Ham actually still excels. He's degen resistant too, which can come in really handy. Go ahead, Puffy. I'm sure you will definitely get banned. But it might be fun for like 2 matches. I know if I encounter you in Battlegrounds, I will report you. I do not condone cheating in any way, shape, or form, especially if it's in a mobile game. If you're gonna cheat, go cheat in like Arc Raiders or something. I mean, it's still petty to be a cheater, but at least playing a game that's like a lot more worth something. Not to say MCOC is not worth something, but it's a mobile game, you know? It's like, go cheat out a game that's actually like a huge accomplishment to cheat in, you know? Scorpion and Spider Jess has pushed it down. Yeah, Walrus. You could even make an argument for Lizard, honestly. People don't really like to acknowledge it, but Lizard is basically a power sting champion. I mean, not quite, but he basically is. Dude, the AI with their special intercepts lately, man. Insane. I choked. Nope, we're chilling. Sauron, you're an actual G. Cheat the casino? Yeah, there you go. Learn how to count cards. That's not even cheating, though. That's just like knowing how to play, right? And if you're willing to go that far, then just go be a professional poker player. It's not counting cards, technically, but you can. And it's very strategic and very cool. Oh, big time crit. Thank you, Gambit. People cheat in Battlegrounds season after season. Yeah, they do. I think they get caught more than you think, though, Wolverine. Some people get away with it for sure. I think there's I mean, I'm not really sure. I haven't never looked into it other than what I've read in comment sections, but there seem to be some people that have very sophisticated cheats for this game and some people that just download like a cheated client off the internet. I think it's the sophisticated cheats that don't get picked up as much. I did see that, Charles. Yeah. I mean, it definitely is good, especially if they have different like immunities and stuff like that. Also, it's like protection if you need to put both of them in a Battlegrounds deck. I totally get that. Yeah, I just think cheating all around, man, like it's just stupid. And what's crazy is like you would probably, I mean, it's not necessarily the case now. A lot of times I feel like it's easier to cheat, way more easier than it used to be. But if you're willing to like figure out how to cheat in a way you won't get caught and stuff, you're just better off learning how to play the game and getting good at it naturally. Like sometimes it's harder to keep a cheat alive and not get caught than it is to just learn a thing, right? It's like cheating in school. Why? You gotta make like the note card or whatever. You gotta smuggle it in. You gotta not get caught. Just spend like an hour learning it, dude. Like, I don't get it. Yeah, Walrus, I agree. It's like, if any of you guys are big Minecraft players, and I'm sure we've all done this at some point, you go into creative just for like one small thing in your world, and then all of a sudden the rest of the world is just you know, like you don't really care to play in it anymore because it was inauthentic. It's not something you naturally earned. Cheating is not fun. Like, it just takes away any sort of like pride or accomplishment. Like, I just don't know why you would want to do it. Oh, get Falcon punched. No. Wow, Magog is taking no damage. What? Wait, why was he like just absorbing everything there, man? The Gogster is destroying. It has to be because he was in his like little wrath mode, right? Yeah, I think that was. Man, you take a lot of reduced damage then. I'm gonna get the Gogster to rank 4, chat. Cheating is for the lazy and uneducated. Yeah, I mean, cheating is not a good thing. Your senior year auto mechanics teacher had you stapling the exams before you took them. You got in trouble for trying to steal one. I mean, were you actually trying to steal it though? Cheating can be lazy, but some people are very creative with how they cheat. Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, like I said, sometimes it's impressive on how you cheat, and you're expending more effort to cheat than you would be to learn the actual criteria. Chief. Oh my gosh. I'm mangogging it. But yeah, like, just learn it, man. And then you'll be better off for it. You can use whatever in the future, you know? You're not always going to have that, like, your neighbor to cheat off of. Or that little note card you smuggled in to cheat off of. I mean, you'll have a smartphone, so... But, you know what I mean. Workday done. Hey, have a good one, Sans. Thanks for dropping by, man. Hope you enjoyed your time here. Yeah, Wolverine, that's tough, man. To be fair, I don't know that I would have made that same decision, but I would not blame you. That's on the teacher for being a moron. That's like handing a kid a loaded gun and be like, now don't shoot this at that explosive target over there that would look really cool if you shot it. Yeah, that's, I mean, obviously it's on you at the end of the day still, but that teacher's an idiot, straight up. You should never do that. When would that ever be a good idea? Hey, that hits now. Cool. I wonder when they fix that. You're late in stream. You think it's dishonest to call Kabam out as a whole when it's individuals behind the action his community don't like. James, I just don't think like you can really definitively like pinpoint particular people unless you actually work there. You can't. You like, none of us know the actual inner workings of the company itself. I think it's very unfair to blame any one person. Very rarely is it one person doing one thing independently. Especially in a company like that. There's a lot of different groups and jobs that things have to go through to actually happen. So it's, I personally don't think it's an honest thing to do to try to pin blame on one person. Unless you work there and you know without a shadow of a doubt whose fault certain things are, which none of us do. Unless you guys are Kabam employees in disguise. And like, yeah, Lee brings up a great point too. Like a lot of decisions, even if it was made by one person, a lot of times it's under, I don't want to say under duress, but that's the phrase that comes to me at this time. But like they're under duress or pressure of the parent company and stockholders. And that drives a lot of decisions, especially in today's day and age. It used to be that companies were more concerned with a quality product and shipping it out the door. Anymore nowadays, yes, that's still important to a certain degree, but it's a lot more important on how can I raise shareholder value? How can I make my stock worth a little more money? And unfortunately, a lot of times, man, that can come at the expense of quality. And honestly, like, as much as we like the dog on Kabam, dude, this game's been going for like what, 12 years now? They do a good, like it or not, the game is like, they do a good job at keeping it alive. We may not like a lot of the decisions they make. I know I don't from time to time, but at the end of the day, like the game is still running and you gotta at least tip your hat to that. So Wolverine, it was like gold. Yeah, dude, that much power would have been very intoxicating. Yeah, I'm sorry, Abyss. It's crazy how much drama there can be within alliances for a mobile game sometimes. But yeah, I do hate that, man. Like, cause I'll see Reddit posts and stuff and people like calling out Karate Mike and stuff. And I'm like, dude, he's not responsible. He like, he does not shot call everything in the game. If he did, I know that he's passionate enough about the game. We would have a very different game. Like, there other people work there, man. Do I think there's like a chance that there's people that maybe should be held more accountable that work at that company? For sure. I don't think you have a company that makes errors like Kabam does from time to time without things like that happening, but that's out of our control, man. Yeah, I wasn't in it at the time, Abyss, but I know that there were some, the alliance I'm in, I think they had to kick some people for like political reasons, which is insane. Some people are just a little bit crazy on the discords, you know. But yeah, man, I think like it's always very easy to prey on the negative in life, you guys, and you'll find that anywhere you go. It's really easy to talk negative about a coworker. I know I fall victim to it a lot. I really do, and I need to be better. And it's really easy to talk negative about this game when in reality, like, there's a lot of things people do well, right? There's a lot of things that people are good at. It just does not get near the hot gossip or anything that the negative does, you know? I think so too is with Marvel Contest of Champions. Like, it's not an opinion everyone likes, but guys, this game does do a lot of good things. Like, it does do a lot of free to play friendly things. It if you are a big mobile gamer, you should understand that like this is a pretty like decent game for the free-to-play experience. Like it does a lot of things right. I think there's a reason it's been around as long as it has been. And it's important to remember that, guys. Not to say you can't, you know, call them out when something is stupid, because things are stupid from time to time, for sure. Just gotta make sure and compliment them when they do things that are good, you know? Yeah, Charles, I've said it multiple times on stream. I do not envy Karate Mike's job at all. He's got to be the public face of a huge company. That would be rough, man, because everything comes back to him. A lot of people will just like blame him for things, and he's just a spokesperson in a lot of different ways. And sure, he gets hands-on with some things, but he's not like quality testing everything. Like it's yeah. I think a lot of people too, like, don't necessarily like, I watched a lot of Karate Mike before he went to go work for Kabam. Like, he loves the game. He is very passionate about the game. Oh my gosh, you got another special too? I didn't even notice. MCOC's too good, man. You work in retail? No one knows how much people suck as much as I do. Hey, sometimes people do suck. But no, humans are hardwired because of like, it's a survival instinct. We're hardwired to view things through a negative lens. It's very hard to divorce yourself from that and look at things through a different way. Like, I learned that in psychology. I've talked about this before, I think, but if you see someone speeding down the freeway, you always think, ugh, they're a bad driver. Like, learn to drive. You're stupid. When like maybe that person is like speeding someone to the hospital because they're going to die. Like there can be a multitude of explanations to explain a negative behavior of somebody, but as humans, we're hardwired to associate that negative behavior with that person being negative and being just a bad person. It's very difficult to override that too. And that's, I mean, that's just driving. That happens in everyday life. Because it's a survival mechanism. You want to stay away from negative things because that can be life or death a lot, or at least it was a lot more when we actually were living in the woods and like hunting dangerous animals and stuff like that, right? So it's hardwired into us to be negative and to think negatively about others. Probably a waste of time. I mean, hey, if it kept you busy, Wolverine, if you had fun, if anything, you might have an idea for maybe some different hacks that you want to try. Oh my gosh, Civil Warrior is just Beta Ray William food. This poor guy. All the pulverized armor ups. Battlegrounds has showed you that Carolina is a Yelena counter. She can kill her before she gets... That's cool. I like Carolina Dean. Everyone knows every other driver but yourself is an idiot. Yeah. No, what's funny is I've been to a lot of different states in the US, and you talk to any normal resident and like of that state, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, drivers from this state are the worst. And it's always a different state every time. Like, based on what I've heard, everyone is the worst driver ever. So that's so true. Every driver but yourself is bad. Man, that was quick. The Maker can be pretty quick, I think. The Butcher, the Baker, and the Candlestick Maker. You guys are going to get some extra credit, I think, today, guys. I'm going to just finish this arena up before I end stream. I think. Wait, can the destroy... Wait, what? Why was I not taking damage from Omega Red's spore there? I had 10. He's not a robot. Yeah, wait, what? Wait, what is it in the Destroyer's kit that doesn't... Wait, why does he not take damage there? Does anyone know? What? As a native New Yorker, you firmly attest New York drivers are absolute garbage. Maybe they're good drivers, but just not in New York. Because, like, at least if you're talking about New York City, you have to be a crazy driver to drive there, right? There's a reason a lot of people walk. You can complain about Kabam. Once you start blaming individuals, you're in the wrong. Yeah, I mean, you can have your opinion on things, okay? But it's just a bad opinion. I don't know. It's... You just can't come from a place of certainty with things like that. And if you're going to insult someone's character, you better have a dang good reason to do it. And nobody definitively knows who is behind the wheel for certain things and whose fault things are. Like, you just can't know. Okay, speaking of not knowing, though, I do want to know why I did not take Omega Red damage. What's up, Nick? How are you, man? Man, that did, like, no damage. Destroyer is enchanted hunk of metal, yeah. Made of Uru, I think. Not to be confused with Uwu. Okay, I have not seen an answer yet. I don't know why I didn't take damage yet. Destroyer armor is one of the hundreds that Asgard could use as soldiers. Wait, like you could get inside of it? Is that what you're saying? If so, that sounds insane. Oh, yeah, dude, Charles, I know what you mean. Gorgon offense is tough. It's hard to watch, and I'm glad you guys sat through that. Now you get to watch epic Strife gameplay. I actually do really like Strife. What? Nick, that's crazy. Congrats, man. Oh my gosh. Okay, James, here's the thing I was talking about earlier, right? Where we're hardwired to be negative. Like, that person's name could be tied to the champion, sure. Okay? But here's things we don't know. We don't know what kind of stress, like what kind of deadline they were under before the champ got released. We don't know what kind of things that were going on in their personal life that could have led to certain decisions that were made. We just don't know a lot of things. It's so easy to point fingers and be negative about something without knowing everything else associated with that decision. That's what I'm saying, is you can't begin to understand how things work at Kabam in the first place. Or like, say it is somebody who designed a certain champion. You can't begin to know like what the circumstances around that were. Or is it just that guy is like the team leader and it's actually like a committee thing? Were the higher ups pushing for it to be the way that it was? We just don't know that. We just don't know that. So it's unfair to try to target somebody personally for something that you don't like because you don't know all of the circumstances around it. And I don't think like it's healthy for a smaller, tight-knit community like ours either to be pointing fingers, because I think it just leads to so much negativity and ultimately could lead to like the downfall of the game, because a lot of people like to just hop on the hate train. You'd rather play Enchantress on offense than Korg? That's a big statement. But yeah, there's just a lot of extenuating circumstances. I personally try to give grace to Kabam and the people that work for Kabam as much as I can, because I don't know what it's like to work there. I can't really begin to speak to anything, which is why, yeah, I don't like to call people out in particular. You can't say anything respectfully. You definitely can. But I don't think it's respectful to call someone out and say they suck and this other stuff when you don't even know how things are behind the scenes. You can, like I say when game modes I think are designed poorly all the time, but I think there's a way to do it and a way to attack those kinds of things. Which I think is what we're talking about. There's just a lot of people that do not. And I don't think that's constructive or helpful for anybody. Oh, man. I still have the Dimensional Arcade to do, but I don't think I want to do it, guys. Might do that tomorrow. Man, you can wear the Destroyer armor. That's actually crazy cool. Does it give you the laser eyes? It's gotta be. Yeah, it's gotta give you the laser eyes. Okay, I want to real quick look at Omega Red's thing and see if there's a reason I was not taking Degen as the Destroyer, because that was weird. Omega Red. Yeah. There's things to call him out on from time to time, sure. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, he wasn't awakened, huh? I think that's why, because he's not awakened, right? Yeah, and he didn't have Death Field. I think it's just because he wasn't awakened. I guess you don't get the passive damage unless he's awakened. Okay. Well, that explains it, I guess. Makes sense. You can speak your mind without being rude, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. But I think like going after specific people and like, I guess there's a way you can quote unquote go after somebody, but I think most of the time people just attack that person or that person's character instead of offering constructive criticism. I think a lot of people like to critique in ways that helps nobody. Like if I ever try to talk about something I don't like in this game, I very much like to give some sort of way to fix it or try to be understanding of maybe why they tried to do a certain thing. A lot of people just like to punch the screen and furiously type out a post on Reddit about how awful something is. But yeah, I think like we need each other, right? We need Kabam to make good changes and keep developing for the game that we love, and they need us to tell them when things are good and when things are bad. But like I said, I think sometimes the things are bad portion of that and things that are good are not necessarily communicated effectively, at least from my perspective, what I've seen. But I don't know. I mean, also no one's perfect, right? I mean, I'm sure I've said some things about this game that were maybe a little too aggressive. Everyone has. So nobody is perfect, guys. Just remember that, you know, like remember our little psychology teaching, okay? Try not to just look for the instant negativity around you and the world will become better. I promise. It's so much easier to not be just like a rage driver and like get road rage if you just try to tell yourself like, okay, you know what? Maybe that guy who drove around me like a jerk is actually like not a jerk and he has a good reason to do it. Maybe. Just maybe. And it'll help. It'll help. I know that like I used to get pretty tilted on the road and I still do sometimes, but it helps you to kind of get your head right, I guess, about that kind of stuff. Anyway, guys, I think that's gonna do it for today. I'm perfect in your book. Thank you, Juarez. Other than my love for the Miami Dolphins, right? But no, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day or a good rest of your night. Oh wow, I said it reverse this time. My favorite. Thank you, Sheep. Thank you. But anyway, thank you guys. Go ahead and give yourselves a crisp high five, and I hope I see you tomorrow, which we will not be doing incursions because those actually will be the day after. So tomorrow we will probably hop into some battlegrounds, I think, unless there's something else. Oh, maybe is there a new side quest? Maybe we'll do a new side. If we get a new side quest, we'll probably do that, but that won't take the whole time. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later and have a good one.